students, welcome to the channel. In this episode today we will be studying about shapes of equipotential surfaces. We have already done about the equipotential surfaces, their characteristics. Today we will see the shapes. So the first point is, the first thing for which we are going to see the shape is point charge. Then we will see for line charge and uniform electric field, then for dipole. Now one thing I want to make clear, that in order to draw the shapes of equipotential surfaces, we will be keeping two characteristic properties of equipotential surfaces in our mind. We will be using them to draw the equipotential surfaces. Now what is the first characteristic that we have already covered in the previous episode? First characteristic which we will be utilizing time and again is E is perpendicular to equipotential surface. The first character which we will be applying time and again, electric field is perpendicular to equipotential surface. And second thing, we already know that E dot dr is equal to dV or minus dV, and E is equal to minus dV by dr. And if V is constant, we have E inversely proportional to dr. What does this mean? Wherever the electric field is strong, there the dr, distance between two equipotential surfaces, will be very small, and wherever E is weak, dr will be large. So using these two we will be plotting. First is point charge. Suppose I have a single point charge Q. I have to draw the equipotential surface. First I will draw the electric field lines. I know for a positive charge it is radially outwards. We know for a positive charge it's like in all directions, three-dimensionally radially outward. Now, what should I take? I will mark the perpendicular from equal distance of Q. From Q taking equal distance, I mark the perpendiculars, and when I join all the perpendiculars, what will I get? Yes, geometrically I am going to get something of the shape of a sphere. So, if I take at some far off distances, the perpendiculars joining, we get concentric spherical shells. So what is the shape of equipotential surface for a point charge? It is concentric spherical shells. That means what? For the first shell the potential is V1, and on the overall the complete shell it is V1 only. For the second shell it is V2, for the third shell it is V3, and so on. And we know that V1 will be greater than V2 will be greater than V3 because the distance of the shell V1 from charge is closer, potential will be more. As the distance keeps on increasing, we know that V is inversely proportional to 1 by R or R. So as R increases, distance from the V being inversely proportional to R, as R increases the potential decreases, so we get this. Then we have equipotential surface for line charge. This is concentric spherical shells for point charge. Line charge, we know this is complete linear charge having, for convenience we are taking positive charge deposited on it uniformly. The electric field lines are radially in all directions, and we take the perpendicular, join the dots, so we will get something, a cylinder of this shape. That means line charge has equipotential surface which is cylindrical in shape. Cylindrical in shape. Cylindrical means what? Suppose this is a line charge. This acts as an axis, and around it if we build a cylindrical shape, in all directions the equipotential surface will be there and the potential will be constant. Then the third situation is uniform electric field represented by equispaced parallel lines. Then we have to draw electric field. We know that equipotential surface will be perpendicular to it. So if we choose some points and draw perpendiculars to it, we get planes of this shape. We get planes of this shape. These planes, suppose this is potential V1, this is a potential V2. Now over this entire plane, the potential will be V1, but on a different plane it will be V2. And this is the shape of equipotential surface for uniform electric field. Now we will see it for dipole. Now we will see it for a dipole. Dipole, system of two equal and opposite charges. This is minus Q, this is plus Q. Equal and opposite charges, and electric field lines coming out of the positive charge and getting into the negative charge. Radially out from positive charge and inwards towards the negative charge. This central line, what does it represent? This is representing a surface or a line where the potential is zero. Why? Because it is plus V due to plus Q charge, minus V due to minus Q charge. So the resultant sum scalar addition will be zero. Due to both these charges, you remember we have already studied in the previous episodes that the equatorial line of the dipole is the line at which the potential is zero, because it is plus V and minus V. So let us plot the equipotential surfaces. Remember, they are not equipotential surfaces. Students sometimes end up in marking them as equipotential. They are electric field lines, and we have to plot equipotential surfaces. And we remember that electric field lines and equipotential surfaces are perpendicular to each other. Second thing I want to tell you, let us take a point close to plus Q charge. This point is close to plus Q charge, so electric field will be strong. Then here you have another point close to plus Q charge, electric field will be strong. Now if I take the same points on the other side, so here the potential will be strong and the distance will be, we know that E is inversely proportional to dr. So when the electric field is strong, distance between the electric equipotential surfaces will be small. Here the equipotential surfaces will be like this. Can you see the difference? Here the distance between two equipotential surfaces is small because here the field is strong, and the other side means the value of potential what you are getting here, you will get it at a somewhat far off distance on the other side, and the equipotential surfaces will be like this. Here the distance dr is small between the equipotential surfaces because E is strong. You know, this is the shortest line between plus Q and minus Q, and E is strongest here. Same for minus Q charge here. The distance between equipotential surfaces will be small, and the other side, on the left side, the distance is increasing. Here the distance is small. Here the distance will be small, and the other side it is, this distance is comparatively large and this distance is small. These red lines are representing equipotential surfaces and the black ones are representing electric field lines. And remember, at each point, this is the red circle and the black line, they are perpendicular. Can you see them all? Perpendicular, perpendicular, perpendicular means electric field lines. Here also it is perpendicular, perpendicular, perpendicular. Electric field lines and equipotential surfaces are perpendicular to each other, and the side where E is strong, the dr distance is small, and the side where E is becoming weak, dr is increasing. And these are the equipotential surfaces plotted for a system of dipole. Now when you have system of two equal and opposite two equal charges, here suppose I have plus Q and plus Q, then first I will draw the electric field lines. So they will be repelling away from each other like this. Why I am drawing electric field lines? Because I will make sure that my equipotential surfaces are perpendicular to the electric field lines. Now, if I take any far off point, I talk about far points. For far point, these two charges, the distance between them is small, and for far point, they act like one single system. For far off point, any far point distances, these two charges, because they are close, you can say this distance is less compared to the distance of these points from the charges. So you can say that these charges behave as one system. And for far off point, they both behave like one system, and we have a big circle as an equipotential surface. For far points, it's a big circle as an equipotential surface. But as you come closer, again we apply the same concept. Here the distance between the equipotential surfaces will be small on this side, the field being strong in the closer points, and here the far off points the field is weak, so distance between the equipotential surfaces increases. Similarly, here you have these equipotential surfaces like this. Here distance is small, the distance increases, and somewhere here you can have a slight depression of this nature. Why? Because you know here somewhere we have neutral point where the field is 0 due to both the charges, and since field is 0, we get the values of V as the algebraic sum of potentials at any point due to individual charges plus Q and plus Q. Means at any point when you are getting the shape, it is because you are calculating, it is actually calculated and mapped the net value of V due to plus Q, this plus Q, and then it is mapped. So somewhere here we have neutral point where the electric field is 0 due to both of them being equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, and this is somewhat you get a slight depression here, and this one the bigger circle at a far off point where these two behave like one single system, and the closer points you have here the distance is less, here the distance is more. Hence this is the mapping of equipotential surfaces for a dipole, system of equal and opposite charges, for system of two equal charges. You can look at some of these pictures in order to see them clearly. Thank you.